All right, guys, so here's a quick R. Kelly update. It looks like the Bureau of Prisons had actually knew that R. Kelly was at a high risk to get this virus. How about that? So there's a new motion that had been filed earlier today by Steve Greenberg, and basically the motion is going into saying how the BOP secretly did not tell R. Kelly or his attorneys. They did not release the information that they had did testing on R. Kelly back in March that proved on the results was back. I guess the results were done and it was done on April 1st. They had just given R. Kelly the finalized results yesterday, the 30th. And in those results, it says he has diabetes, which is a high risk for someone to get COVID-19 with. So that information was revealed yesterday, apparently. So if you remember, I had did a report on the arraignment, and I said there were certain medical conditions that they would be using to file in the next motion for release, for bail. So I have the motion here. I'm going to read for you guys the beginning portion of it, and then the very end of it only. It's a 6-page motion. We could be here all day talking about it. Later tonight around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a special panel put together so we can all discuss this motion here. It says, "We respectfully request, dear Judge Donnelly," I want to make this clear. There was rumors that Judge Donnelly was taken off this case. That is not the truth at all. What had happened was Judge Donnelly is actually, I guess you would say, the county or the federal judge, whereas the judge that recently had did the arraignment, she is just a district judge. She works in the district court system. So no, Judge Ann Donnelly has not been replaced yet. Okay, yet. I'm going to leave that where that is. So I'm going to go ahead and read this motion. And afterwards, I need you guys to put in the comments, let me know how you feel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel yet. We respectfully request you revisit your decision denying Mr. Kelly's bail, document 61. For one, he has a legitimate health risk that was being secreted from him by the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, who failed for the past month to disclose that March testing revealed he is likely diabetic. In addition, the ruling unfairly skews things against Mr. Kelly, completely failing to recognize any of the facts that show, even more so now in the current quarantine environment, that he is neither a serious risk of flight nor a danger to the community. The ruling does not appear to consider whether there are any set conditions which could reasonably assure the court that he would appear and would not be a danger to the community. We are again asking for the release during the pending crisis, given the increased health risk in an incarcerated situation. Example, being incarcerated creates its own high risk. So that's how that starts out. Now, the last portion of this motion, I'll read this to you. They go in and say, and again, I'm skipping a bunch of paragraphs just to get to these. It says, what is most troubling from the defense's perspective is that this court accepts the allegations regarding obstruction as true and as evidence that he would obstruct now if released, but completely discounts the factual and historical evidence of appearance. Accordingly, we ask that you reconsider because there are conditions that can be fashioned during this pandemic. Mr. Kelly is presumed innocent. His case is defensible, and he does not have any criminal record. Even when the government has satisfied its burden, detention should not be Even when the government has satisfied its burden, detention should be ordered only if no condition or combination of conditions can reasonably assure the defendant's presence and the safety of the community. The question is whether there are any conditions that would permit release. Here, conditions can easily be fashioned. He can have a restricted internet access and be required to wear an electronic monitoring bracelet. He can be denied a cell phone. Further, now that different jurisdictions are involved, in prosecuting Mr. Kelly, it is safe to assume that any witness that Mr. Kelly would attempt to intimidate would immediately call whatever law enforcement arm has been working with them as part of these prosecutions. In this case, any alleged potential risks that could conceivably exist can be sufficiently addressed through detailed conditions of release. Thank you again for your consideration. Respectfully submitted, Stephen Greenberg, on behalf of Mr. Kelly. And after that, it includes the test results from the Bureau of Prisons showing that his hemoglobin is actually at 6.3, which is actually considered a high risk medical situation. So, guys, let me know how you feel in the comments. This is your R. Kelly update. Later on tonight, around 9 p.m. Eastern, actually probably 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have a discussion panel going on for those of you guys who'd like to listen. All right, guys, till next video.